That's some real stuff, homie. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's get started. Mr. Richard here, and we are live and direct. Coming in live all over the US. We live on Facebook, both Facebook pages. I have two Instagram pages, but one Instagram page you'll never know it even exists. Then I have an Instagram, a TikTok page, and I have a Twitch page, and I have a Twitter page. The Twitter one is verified, so that's the only one I have. The Instagram one that is my predominant one is verified, and my TikTok page has 400, 500,000 followers or something like that. So if you get a message or you want to reach out to me or contact me, reach out to those specific pages. Don't be in contact with any other pages except those. And if you ever message me and you say something like, take a picture holding up some fingers, sitting crisscross applesauce or something like that. If you really want to, I will. But more than likely, I will not. I will not message you or DM you, asking you or soliciting you for money. I just don't. I don't need to do that, and that's just not my style. So if you want to do anything, if you ever want to contact me, that's why I offer the webinars, the free webinars, and we go over different stuff, different ways to make money, different ways on how I educate. We go over different ways on how to invest, different ways to fix your credit, different ways to get business funding, and those type of things. You're live and you're talking to me directly, and those things are easier for me to navigate. And you really can't kind of fake that stuff. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. So we're gonna do some quick Q&A. So whatever questions y'all got, we go ahead and get to some of them, and we kind of go from there. Somebody asked about how to buy businesses. Before we get started on questions, I'm streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you watch this or you have any questions, ask me on YouTube. YouTube sent me a nasty letter two days ago, a nasty email saying that I need to be more engaging on there, which I don't mind. People just got to go there to watch from there. So you can either click the link above, and then you'll see my name and my free webinar if you want to come to that, and then you see all the social media platforms. Or just go to YouTube and search "The Rich Get Richard," and you can kind of see me from there. So it's just easier for me to, I'll guide or help anybody on here. I just get compensated from social media on YouTube. Twitch don't pay me nothing. Facebook damn near pays me pennies, and uh, you TikTok gives me a little bit, but my money on TikTok is very minimal, right? If you want to talk about some numbers, I'll even break some down. YouTube probably pays me $500 to $1,000 a month, which is not a lot of money. On a good month, it's about $1,000. Instagram probably pays me $100 a month, which is not a lot. I haven't seen a Facebook check yet. Twitter, nope. Twitch, no. TikTok is it's hit or miss. Some months on TikTok, I can make a couple $1,000, and some months on TikTok, I feel like I make $20. It's just so weird. So I'll probably average it about $500 a month on TikTok. So TikTok is cool, but I know YouTube AdSense will always make me money. So I always believe in transparency on all levels. So yeah, give me that money. Sure, I don't care. I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy, and I'm not bragging or nothing, but sometimes I get money, and it's more annoying to try to cash. I'll give you a great example right now. Here's a check right here for like $50. $50. Okay. It literally has been sitting over here for 2 weeks. I guess it's not worth my time. I mean, I forget about it. It's not a lot of money to me. Now, I told you my businesses and my real estate generate six figures, sometimes seven figures a month. $50 is just not worth my time. I wish I had an assistant that just cashed $20, $30 checks, $50 checks, $100 checks. And also too, my deposits for all my social media honestly goes to my spouse's PayPal account. So it's not even linked to my PayPal. It's linked to her PayPal. So the money goes to her. I almost don't even see it. I don't even care about it. Or sometimes they're just sitting in the PayPal account for months and it'll be like, I'll look at the PayPal account and it'll be like, oh wow, we have, I don't know, 10 grand, 15 grand in there. I'm like, where? And I'll just go back and like, oh man, that's from YouTube and TikTok and Instagram or something like that, just paying out over months. And I was like, oh shit, my bad. It is what it is. Now, if it's up to that, like 10, 15 grand, okay, cool, I'll deposit it. But that couple $100 a month or something, it's not, I don't know. I don't even think about it like that. But those are good problems to have, though, It is what it is. I'll cash it for you, man. Here, if you was here, I'll give it to you. Do you recommend any cryptocurrency? I don't. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a caveat or a warning. So I don't do crypto. I'm gonna say I don't do crypto because there's a lot of people on these apps that'll say they're me, that they're selling a product based on cryptocurrency, and I will never sell you guidance or advice or some type of random cryptocurrency that doesn't make any sense. Now, I do invest in cryptocurrency, but it is very, 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 very minimal. I do the basics, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP/Ripple. I got a little Dogecoin that I had for years, but I bought all my Bitcoin. I was buying Bitcoins when Bitcoin was at $500 a coin. I remember spending. I bought 5 Bitcoin when it was $500. I spent $2,500 on it. I don't even know where it is at now. I don't even care, right? And one day when I go to sell it, I'll sell it. If not, oh well. I'll probably give it to my kids when I pass away. That lets you know how little I care about it. But if I was to invest in any, now invest in any kind of coin, it would probably be those three. Actually, it'd be Ethereum, XRP/Ripple, and Bitcoin. Everything else is kind of trash to me. I don't try to like call shots, puts, stop losses, day trade on coins. I don't try to do any of that stuff. It's just not my thing. I'm not into it. I mean, I can appreciate how people can make money from it, but it's just not my thing. You know what I mean? But that's a good question. Someone said, what's up with the group? What's up with what group? We can't find businesses for sale. Can we find businesses for sale? I don't even know what that means. Yeah, you can find businesses for sale. I don't know. In this group, I don't know what that means. That's a weird question how you ask. But yeah, we talk about buying businesses. We talk about acquiring or acquisitions, just a fancy word for buying something or acquiring something. Acquisition of businesses, disposition of businesses. We talk about buying and selling real estate on all levels, businesses on all levels, investing on all levels, and all that kind of stuff like that. So if you're watching from anywhere, just go to YouTube, ask the questions, and it kind of helps out my algorithm or helps me get through whatever. So I'm gonna let my dog out. I'm gonna turn my screen off for a sec, but ask your questions and give me a sec. I'll be right back because this dog will sit here and bark till his damn head fall off. He's like 90 years old and he don't know. He's senile. It's all good. Give me a sec. But yeah, I still see your questions. I still see everything you got going on. Just kind of give me a sec to where I can. Oh. Yeah, I had this dog since we had this dog since 2006. This dog's literally almost 19, about 18 years old. I don't even know what that is in dog years. That thing is old, but he barely can hear, and he just goes to doors and bark, and we just let him in or out. So, but yeah, I don't know whatever you're into. We talk about everything. We talk about businesses. We talk about real estate. We talk about business credit. We talk about business funding. Any misconceptions that you either thought about or didn't understand about that process, we'll talk about it. Someone says, how do you buy a business with low capital? Good question. So you can do a lot of things. So there's pretty much three ways you're gonna have to buy a business. One is credit, one is cash, and one is sweat equity. You're not gonna find a business or a piece of real estate. You're not gonna find anything. Take a random object of yours, right? So let's take your cell phone. I don't know what your cell phone costs. Let's say $1,000. You're not gonna take your cell phone and someone walks up to you off the street. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. Can I help you? Yes. You have a cell phone for sale? Yes. It's $1,000. Okay. Can I have it or can I buy it? Sure. What are you gonna give me? It's $1,000. Either you're gonna give me some cash, either you're gonna work for it, or you got good credit to go get a loan for the phone. I mean, that's pretty much the only ways that you can pretty much get anything. Would you just give somebody your cell phone without putting any money down, without having any skin in the game, without having any capital gain, or any of that stuff, right? There are situations, though. There are situations where you can buy stuff and have nothing in the deal, but 99% of the time, you're going to have to bring something to the table. But those things can be acquired just like anything else. Money can be borrowed from the bank. Credit comes from creditors or your personal credit, and equity or equity stake can come from working in the business or exchanging your time for some type of equity or changing your time for money in the business. So some of those things you can learn, some of those things that you can figure out, which if you don't know, I can help you teach it. Just like someone says, low capital. Now, I always show these, right? So here's me right here going to the bank and raising $25,000. Richard, 25,000. Wow. Richard, 25,000. Wow. So if you had little capital, use the bank's money or use somebody else's money. There's not a shortage of money. There's almost a shortage of opportunity. And I want y'all to think about that. If there was an opportunity out there and it was a lot of money to be made, people will give you money for that. But the opportunities are not as prevalent as a lot of people think. But the access to capital is. They're printing off billions of dollars a day, people. Billions of dollars. There's not going to ever be a time in your lifetime where there will not be access to capital on any level. But the access to opportunity is. Now, I'll even give you a great analogy, right? So I'm going to use somebody in here as an example. Like if y'all want to comment y'all car and the value of it, no matter what the car is, no matter what the value is, I just need anybody's car on here, right? Just anybody in here comment their car and how much it's worth. I just need one example, right? So we got, a few people on YouTube. We got a few people on Instagram. We got a lot of people on TikTok. So can anybody just comment their car, the year, make, and model if you want, and how much it's worth? I don't give a shit how much it's worth. I'm just trying to prove a point, right? So whenever okay, someone said a 2006 Honda Civic, $5,000. Cool. Someone else said a 2024 Ram 3500, 45K. Right? I'll use that one because it's a little easier to explain. So let's say the 2024 Dodge Ram, damn, $40,000, I'll say $45,000 just to make this easier, right? So he has a Dodge Ram 2024, $4,500, $45,000, wow, right? His vehicle is worth $45,000 every day of the week. So here you go. Here's the difference between capital and opportunity, right? If you saw a 2024 Dodge Ram 3500 for $4,500, is that an opportunity? No, the guy just said that's what it's worth. It is what it is. It's just the number. Now, I'm flipping through Facebook and I see another 2024 Dodge Ram 3500 for $45,000. Okay, there's more opportunity, but is that a good opportunity? No. All right, so I'm flipping through. I see a news article or something in the paper. It says 2024 Dodge Ram for $3,500, $51,000. Well, that's not a deal. That's $6,000 overpriced. And then I see another one, 4,200. And it's a little better, but really not. I see another one for 4,500. That's about what they're going for. I see another one for 46,000. Yeah, that's about right. See another one for 45,000. Yeah, that's about right. I'm flipping through Facebook, and a 2024 Dodge Ram 3,500 is selling for $21,000. They're normally $40,000 to $50,000, but I just found one for $21,000. I call the guy up and I say, "Hey, there's what's going on with this truck? Hey man, I fell on hard times. I'm going to jail for 5 years. I gotta sell this car. I gotta report to prison tomorrow. I need $21,000 cash right now. You come get this truck." And I say, "Okay, cool. When you need it by?" "I need it by 6 p.m. tonight. And let's say it's 3 o'clock. You telling me, if you came to me and said, 'Yo, Mr. Richard, this guy selling a truck for $21,000 that's worth $45,000. We're gonna sell it for $30,000. I'm gonna give you $6,000 profit, and I'll take the last profit.' Would you do it?" Yeah. The moral of this story is there's rarely opportunity, but as soon as you got a deal, money will show up. You come to me with that deal and I'll finance that deal 9 times out of 9, because you need to learn how to find opportunities, right? Finding money is not hard. You find a deal, money will show up. I've had real estate deals that are worth, let's say, $100,000, and I know they needed $20,000 worth of work, and I say, "Hey, you give me $60,000 cash for it, 60 grand plus the 20. You make 20, and I make 10 or 5. Man, I sell them shits. I put it online, 24 hours, them shits are gone." Because, don't look for the money. Look for opportunity. Opportunity will produce money, because a lot of people out here with money, but not a lot of people out here have opportunity. Okay. Somebody said, I like haters. I ain't gonna say you're a hater, but maybe you just don't know any better. So, Mr. Jay, what question do you have? What question you got for me? Someone said, "I never help anybody." Well, ask something that's worth helping. Ask the question. That's why I'm here. You can't get help for a question that you don't ask. I'm struggling with finances, but I don't ask the question to a financial expert. I mean, if you got questions, ask the questions. Don't just sit there and look at me like I'm crazy and say, oh man, I didn't get nothing from this. That's why we're here. That's why you ask the questions. If you had accessibility to a person that got their shit together, who makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month of income over all multiple different streams of revenue, yet whenever you meet this person, you say stuff like, you don't help me. Okay, sir, I don't know what that means. Ask a question and I'll help. Okay, cool. Somebody said, what do you look for when valuing a business before putting in your max offer? You asked that question. You asked that was like 4 different breakdowns of a question, and all of those are wrong. First of all, what the hell is a max offer? Why would you be maximizing any offer? I'm not maximizing crap. You know, I'm not giving anybody the most amount of money that I can give them. First of all. Second of all, what do you look for when evaluating a business? Okay, that's a good question. There's a lot of things. First of all, I'll even just get into this because I'm not going to go super deep dive because, things that I look for is I can go on down multiple rabbit holes, but I'll give you this one. And I'll give you the simplest one to kind of look out for. It's financial. Okay? If a business doesn't make money, everything else is almost irrelevant. Okay? If a business does not make money, everything else is almost irrelevant. I can fix 99% of problems with money. I can not fix a lot of problems when I'm broke. Think about that. Let's say you can start naming anything that's wrong with a business, right? Here you go. Here's a business, right? And I'm going to just start naming random problems. Inventory's wrong. Shitty accounting. Shitty managers. Crappy employee environment. Crappy employees. Crappy uniforms. Slippery floor. Hot as hell inside. Need a ventilation system. Need a new POS system, point of sale systems. Need poor management, poor website, poor marketing. Now, all of those problems can be fixed with money, right? Name one problem that a business, comically, 95% of all problems can be fixed with money. Now every problem I just named, fix it broke. You have a shitty manager, fix it broke. You don't have a point of sale systems, fix it broke. If you don't have a good accountant, fix it broke. If you don't have a good air conditioning in your building, fix it broke. If you have a dated ambiance, fix it broke. You can't. You can't renovate a building, broke. You can't fix the AC, broke. Can't get new uniforms, broke. You see what I'm saying? Once you have, focus on the money, because when the money comes in, you can take care of a lot of problems. But if it's not bringing in any money, what do you got? You just got a fucking process that doesn't do shit but get on your nerves and give you a headache. You know what I mean? Currently saving $2,000 a month. God dang. Sir or ma'am, I'm gonna tell you something. $2,000 a month, if you're truly saving $2,000 a month, because I'll meet people that say stuff like, I'm saving $2,000 a month, but they're really not saving $2,000 a month. They have $2,000 of access every month, but they're not truly saving / or investing $2,000. First of all, you got to set a parameter and know the difference between saving and investing. You got to know the difference between saving and investing. Are you saving or are you investing? And you have to determine a specific amount for that. It can't be, I'm saving $2,000 a month. Okay, cool. Saving for what? A rainy day? I don't even know what that means. What are you saving for? An emergency? Right? Now, here's a line of credit for $30,000. A line of credit for $30,000. My line of credit for $30,000 can almost fix 99% of any emergency. So why the hell am I even saving up money? Why are you saving? You should be investing. So now you can have a pot for, I guess, an emergency day, like the brakes go out, which you can put on the credit card. If I have car issues, I can put on a credit card. I need to take a family vacation, or I need to take a family trip. That's an emergency. I can put that on a credit card. But if you wanted that pot, which I don't know why people have them, just say if you do have it, that's cool, right? Set an amount, and then let's say $1,000, $1,500, something like that. Leave it there and just kind of go from there. And then after that, everything needs to be starting investing. And I need a specific amount. You say you make $2,000 a month. You got currently $2,000 a month in savings. Okay, cool. $1,000 need to go to investing every month, or $1,500 need to go to investing every month, or $700 need to go investing every month. It has to be a specific amount, because if you don't pick a specific amount and turn it on automatically, you'll never start investing, right? Or I'm gonna do $1,000 today, and I'm gonna do $200 next month. Nah, fuck that. Pick a specific amount every month. Every month. And then one day you start seeing that pot getting some decent numbers, and then you can go out and you can borrow against that money, or you can start buying businesses with that money, and or you can start buying real estate with that money, or you can leverage that money, go to the bank, leverage it, and then get more lines of credit and more money from the banks. Because the more money you have in investing, the more money you have in savings, the more money banks will loan you, because they're showing you, because they're seeing that. I'll even give you two examples, right? I'll give you a quick example. Let's say if me and you have a 700 credit score, right? And you have $500 in the bank, and I have $50,000 in the bank. Who do you think they're going to loan more money to? Both of our credits are great. Both of our credit profiles are great. Both of our credit history is good. All that kind of shit. You got 50,000. I got 50,000. You got $500. Who do you think they're going to loan more money to? You know what I mean? Think of it like that. And the more money you have in these accounts, the more relationship you have with banks, the more money they'll give you. I have relationships with banks that I'll probably never use again, but if I need them, I will go to them and say, hey, yo, I need some money, right? I'm trying to acquire a big ass portfolio of property. I'm trying to acquire a big ass, business acquisition. I need capital. And they will literally loan me the money. There you go. Woo. Someone said, I got $20,000 now. What do I do? Brother or ma'am or sir or ma'am, you got a lot of options. One, is it accessible cash, or is it in investments? I would start converting over to investments, and then I would also start working on my business credit, and then I would start working on my personal credit, getting my personal credit good, and then I would also start getting into getting relationships with banks, and or start a good side hustle, and or start looking at buying a couple rental properties, because you'll be surprised of how many properties you can buy with $20,000 down. You probably get into 2, maybe 3 properties that's going to be producing you somewhere in the range of $400 at a minimum, to probably close to $800 to $1,000 a month maximum, if you do it right. And a lot of people always say, yo, Mr. Richard, there ain't no money out here. There ain't no bullshit. Bull stool. You think that other people or people like me are out here finding deals every day and making money all day long, and not, in any economy, and I don't care who's in office, I don't care what the politics is. I don't care what the interest rates is. I don't care what the Fed says. I don't care about the Dow Jones average. I don't give a damn about none of it. To me, it makes no difference. I don't care about none of that stuff. And once you get to a level of success and making money in any market, because I've seen presidents come and go, I've seen the stock market go up and down, I've seen pandemics, I've seen recessions, I've seen all of this stuff, and everything is all the same. It's either up or down. What you gonna do today? That's pretty much it. Oh man, we're supposed to be in a recession. Cool. What are you gonna do today? What are you gonna do right now? If the deal makes you money right now, do the deal. It's about as simple as it gets. You know, what if the interest rates are high? Cool. Does the deal make you money? But the interest rate, but bro, you say interest rate one more time, we're gonna fight. Does the deal make you money? If the deal doesn't make you money, don't do it. If the deal makes you money, then do it. I don't care about an interest rate. I don't care about points, PMI. I don't care about mortgage insurance. I don't care about uh, uh, any of that crap. How many points? How much debt to income rate? I don't care about none of that. A lot of people focus on the wrong stuff. Y'all devote y'all time, effort, and energy on looking at shit that doesn't bring you in any money. I will see people literally. I will be strolling on social media, and I will see lives on social media that I have 500 people in it arguing over who's better, LeBron James or Michael Jordan. 500 grown ass motherfuckers arguing, full on arguing, have bullet points, damn near red in the face, damn near screaming over what basketball player is the GOAT, even though LeBron James is. And then they will get up there, feel like they proved the point, go to bed, wake up, and go to work tomorrow. What fucking kind of sense does that make? I'm not going to sit here and argue about who's the best president, or who would be the best president, or who is the best president. I don't give a damn about pop culture. I don't give a damn about any of that stuff. I'm not going to be sitting online trying to argue with somebody over a point that doesn't bring me any money. And the bad part about it is I don't even want to argue with people over a point that does bring me money. It don't make me no difference. I'm wasting my time, right? We devote so much time, effort, and energy into shit that doesn't make money. And then the second level to that is we spend too much time on trying to save money a lot of times than to actually make money. And I'll even break this down for you. I went to Sam's Club or something. I don't remember. Costco. I don't know. I don't like Costco's, man. They kind of like the Walmart of the places. I'm more of a Sam's Club person, right? More uppity people and better products, but that's just me. Then heaven forbid I got to run into them damn Costco guys. Ooh, man, this shit's annoying. But let's just say I was leaving Costco's or Sam, whatever the hell it was. I don't even remember. And I saw a line for people to get gas. And let's just say sake of an argument, let's say if gas was $3. So I'm like, why are people waiting in line? They say, oh, because gas here is cheaper. That's what my wife said. I said, people wait in line to save money on gas? And don't think I'm out of touch. I got a point. I'm not out of touch. I'm not crazy. I'm not insensitive. Hear me out. People wait in line at Costco. So I said, okay, cool. The gas here is $2.99. Let's keep driving and we're gonna pass a few gas stations on the way home. Let's see what the most expensive gas is, right? Driving down the street. I saw one for $3.09. I saw another one for 310. And you know that one gas station that no one goes to, but they got like good food or some shit? I saw that one. It was like 315. So, okay, cool. So let's do some simple math, right? I'm not the smartest person in the world. Not even close. So let's do this. Let's say I didn't wait 20 minutes in line to get the $2.99 gas. I just went straight and got the $3.15 gas. So that is 15 cents more per gallon. Okay? 15 cents per gallon more by not waiting 20 minutes to get some fucking gas. Let's say my car takes, the average car probably about 10, the average SUV is probably 20, the average mid-sized truck is probably 15 gallons. So I'll do 16 gallons, okay? So 16 gallons at 15 cents more is a whopping $2.40. You waited 20 minutes to save $2.40. So let's put that in the perspective of an hourly wage. $2.40, you waited 20 minutes. There's 20 minutes in an hour. So 240, 240, 240. That is $7.20 an hour. Your time is worth $7.20. Stop me when I'm lying, people. I'm not trying to be insensitive and I'm not trying to be a butthole. Now, let's take that 20 minutes you saved, and instead of you spending 20 minutes in line to get Costco gas or Sam gas, you go straight to the damn expensive store with nobody in line, you get your gas and you go home. You spend that 20 minutes to make however much money you save. Let's say you spend that hour and your whole hour, all you got to do is make 20 bucks, 30 bucks, $50. All you got to do. You sit on the phone or you sit on the computer and you try to make money. You sell a product, you sell a service, you sell a need. You try to find something, a free cycle, meaning you go to Facebook, search something for free, go pick it up, clean it up, put it right back on Facebook and sell it. You spend 10 minutes of surfing, you'll find something that's worth getting. You spend another 15 minutes going to pick it up, cleaning it up, and bringing it back home, right? That's 25 minutes. You put it right back on Facebook Marketplace, $100 with $25 delivery fee. This is going to be cool. I want you to deliver it to me. Cool. They're going to bring it over. You take that to them. You deliver it. They charge you $120. They pay you $120. You go home. You spend 40 minutes making $120 online. But you spend 20 minutes in Costco line to save $2.40. Stop me when I'm lying or make it make sense. I don't get it, people. I don't get it. So not only are you, first thing, you spending your time and money, and you spending your efforts and energy debating and arguing about the wrong shit. And then the extra time you do get, you're trying to save money when you should be trying to make more money. You know, my spouse or anybody in my family will talk to me and they'll say, yo, Mr. Rich, we got to go do this. We got to do that. I say, yo, I ain't got time. Because that means that time I'm losing is not worth the amount of time that I would be spending making money doing something else. It's not worth my time. And when y'all say, man, that's not worth my time, it's literally $7.25 because I see y'all in line every day at Costco's and Sam's. And I'm not trying to belittle y'all. I'm just trying to get y'all to look at bigger pictures of stuff. Because people like me, when I see lines at Costco or I see lines at Sam's Club to save 10 cents on gas, y'all are wasting y'all fucking time. Y'all are wasting y'all time. And y'all think y'all saving money? Y'all ain't saving money. Y'all wasting time. Time is your commodity, people, not the $2.50 you're saving. And if you want to debate me, bring it on. You will not win that argument. You will not win. You will not win. How saving $2.50 at the gas station will ultimately benefit the great big picture of your life. You know, or even, I'll even debate, you can even cut coupon. Hey, yo, I saved this amount of money. I drove, I'll give you another good example. I'll meet people that will spend all day trying to get the best deal on a TV or something. Let's say there's a TV for sale, like a Black Friday sale or something. Let's say you want a 90-inch Sony, and you go to 4 different stores. The 90-inch Sony is normally $1,700, but you want to find it for $1,500, so $200. You'll spend, 8 hours going to 5 different stores just to save $200. When you could have just bought the first one you saw and then spent 8 hours making more money. It's nasty out here, people. It's nasty. It's just a different mindset. It's just a different mindset. Spend your time making more money. And then the things that you try to buy or try to save money on will be insignificant. It's almost irrelevant. I don't even look at gas prices no more. I don't look at grocery bills. I don't look at how much concert tickets cost. If Snoop Dogg's in town, I'm going to Snoop Dogg. If Beyonce's in town and I want to see Beyonce, I'm going to see Beyonce, right? And then I'm saying, yo, she got a meet and greet. Or, hey, I want to meet her. How much it costs? Just like there's a concert coming up to meet the stars. I think it's like $4,000 a piece. I'm taking the whole family. That's 20 grand to meet A-list celebrities. I don't even care how much it costs. I don't care, right? Some people worry about prices. I don't. But you need to start thinking like that. And I'm not trying to be insensitive or a butthole. It's just you got to start thinking about big pictures, man. How can you make more money? Because people who make a lot of money do not think about prices like that. I went to a restaurant the other day. I tipped the waiter $250 for a $60 bill because she was super nice. I don't care. I don't care. No sweat off my back. I make $200 a minute. Damn near, man. I'm gonna look up how much I make. I've always wanted to know. I say an average month divided by 4 weeks divided by 40-hour week. Sheesh. What's a minute? What's a minute? What's a minute? I get about $35 a minute. You do the math on it. If I work 40 hours a week, I make $35 a minute. But it's all good. But I hate talking about myself, man. It's kind of annoying. So what questions y'all got for me, man? I'm trying to motivate y'all and give y'all, but sometimes it come off as insensitive, and I don't like doing that shit. I'm almost a people's person, but sometimes I gotta tell people, man, there's other side of thinking about this stuff, man. You can't look at it from you got to look at it differently. There's no checkers here, man. I'm not 1 move ahead. I'm 10 moves ahead. And once you start doing this on a high level, it's different. It's real different. Man, I'm ashy. Hold on, I'm gonna get some questions. Preguntas, questions. But welcome in. I see people popping in. I'm streaming on all social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. If you want to know more about business credit, business funding, if you want to know about net 30s, trade lines, all right. One thing that I like to focus on is I call it the pillars. For those who are newer here or don't know anything about it, I kind of break it down for you. I'm in the process of writing a book, which I don't know when it's going to be released, but hey, it is what it is. And I break down what's called the four pillars because once you understand the four pillars, you can almost break down everything finances because everything relates, everything can be put into one of these boxes. Credit, business funding, personal credit, trade lines, net 30s, net 60s. Then you have investing, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, 401ks, IRAs, TSPs, all of it. Then we talk about real estate, buying, holding, Burr method, fix and flips, wholesaling, syndication, bird dogging, lease option, Section 8, all different levels. Then you talk about business acquisition or owning stuff that makes you money. Airbnb, storage units, vending machines, small mom and pop shops, absentee businesses, semi-absentee, owner operator. I mean, we can go into full deep dive on a lot of this stuff. And once you kind of break down all those things, everything money will generally fall into those four pillars. Nothing is above the pillars and nothing is excluded from the pillars. Once you understand that and master all four of these, your financial dreams and your financial future is going to be unlimited because all things will be in those four things, right? You want to talk about sales? That's in business ownership. You want to talk about real estate? That's in the real estate section. You want to talk about Turo? That's in the ownership section. You want to work on business credit or go and raise capital? That's the business credit section, making yourself more creditable. You want to talk about investing. Okay, cryptocurrency, that's in the, investment section. And how can we learn? I have a free webinar coming up. Click the link in the bio or just go to therichgetricher.com or just go to my Instagram page and click the link. It's called Be Your Own Boss. It's Wednesday, 9 p.m. EST. Be there, be square, and it's free too. So somebody asked, how can they learn? Kind of broke it down. Just come to the free class, and I'll be there, and we can talk about different avenues on how to invest and stuff like that. And we kind of can go from there. What is the furthest way you will buy a rental property home from your hometown? Shit. Yes. I will own one thing about real estate, I will own a home anywhere in the world. If you have systems, teams, and the infrastructure in place, you can own a property anywhere. If you got a good property manager and a good tenant, anywhere in the world. I'm almost in the process. I'm looking at a home in Europe. That one of my dreams, right? We all have dreams, right? Even though some people have smaller dreams, some people have bigger dreams. I want a French chateau that I pull up on like the cobblestones. You pull around and have like a fountain in the middle. You pull up and it's like a French castle or a French chateau with like 20,000 square feet, moss on the walls. And I want to go and like renovate it myself. That's an experience that I want to live. And I'm really this close. I saw one that I really liked, but just didn't pull the trigger. It's happening. I just don't know when. That's one of my goals is to own something like that overseas. But do I want to live overseas, or do I want to just rent it out as like an Airbnb or something like that, or just rent it out for short-term rentals and stuff like that, and then just travel over there and like live in it every so often. But yeah, that's where I'm at. But as far as continental United States, the lower 48, or even Alaska, or even Hawaii, I would own it in the United States of America. Yes, any state. But there are some states that are more renter friendly than others. It just depends on what you want to invest in. I would look in those states, but there are a lot of renter friendly states. I would always gravitate towards renter friendly states versus a non-renter friendly state. So, for example, say if you were in California, somebody in California can rent out your place, get in there, and claim squatter rights. And you damn near got to have an act of God to get them out of your place. You know what I mean? But there are techniques to get people out. I'm not going to break any of them down now, but there are techniques to get people out your property. But they can literally sit in your property for 6 months. And if you're in Texas and these people are sitting in your damn property and you can't do nothing about it, that ain't the type of problem that I want to have. But there are renter-friendly states that, they in your property and you want to kick their ass out, you got 2 weeks and they're gone, right? The state comes and knocks on their door and they kick their ass out of there, like those type of states. Like Texas is a renter-friendly state or a landlord-friendly state. So you rent a house in Texas and they don't want to get out, you call the sheriff and they come kick their ass out, But, and also too, whenever it comes to Texas, I can give you this kind of tidbit. Texas is like a homestead state, so they like people to invest within the state. So if you're in Texas, invest in Texas. But if you're not in Texas, I wouldn't invest in Texas. They make you pay homestead tax and stuff like that. That stuff sucks. But there's tons of states that are great to invest in. North Carolina is another one that's good to invest in. Now, I can go in here all day talking about different states, but I'm not going to do that. Thanks for teaching everything, brother, sister. I don't know who you are, but appreciate you being here. If you want to learn more, come to the free class. Someone said Michigan is a renter-friendly state. Is Michigan? I think so off the top of my head, though. I would have to look it up. But a lot of the stuff you can look up, you know what I mean? And it depends on what part of Michigan too, right? Like I ain't trying to rent in Flint, right? Flint ain't it. At least that's my opinion. Flint is not it. How you doing, sir and ma'am? I see you. Appreciate you being here. Someone said I got a new sales job, but it has to do with selling a motion nonprofit. What the hell does that mean? I just got a sales job, but it has to do with selling emotions nonprofit. I don't know what that means. Selling emotion? But I will. Thanks. No, thank you, man. Do you like the book Rich Dad Poor Dad? Yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad is the GOAT. Rich Dad Poor Dad is the best financial book ever written. And a lot of people think it's overrated. Regardless if it's overrated or not, it is the standard. It is the Michael Jackson. It is the LeBron James. It is the Tom Brady. It is whatever. Every financial book will always be compared to Rich Dad Poor Dad for the rest of my life and probably the rest of yours. So if you haven't read, if you want to read any one book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and if you don't want to buy it, just go to YouTube and get the audiobook and listen to it on the way to work and put it on like 1.25 speed so it kind of listens to it fast. If some of them are like 3 hours, some of them are like 6 hours, some of them like you can get the damn condensed version in an hour and a half. Good day. So it depends. Yeah. You really ain't got no excuses not to read or get your literature up, because there's a lot of opportunity out here. There's a lot of things out here that's teaching people how to do some of this stuff, and I think you should be capitalizing on it. Right? Don't just take Mr. Richard word on it. Right? I'm good, but I ain't the know all be all. You know, even I don't know everything, and you should get different perspectives too, because there's a lot of different ways to do. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? I can skin a lot of cats, but there's other ways to do that. Besides me. Would you start buying a business or rental property in this economy? Yes. It really depends on your comfort level. It really depends on what you want to get into. I kind of break these down. I don't know if you're newer here. I have a free class coming up Wednesday, 9 p.m. EST, and it breaks down what is better. You can, okay, so I'll even put both of those in both of my hands, right? There's a business for sale, and then there's real estate for sale. The real estate is going to take less money down, and then you'll get cash flow from the renters, and then you'll get appreciation, you'll get mortgage pay down, you get tax benefits, and then you get appreciation over time. Because you buy a house for 100, in 15 years, it's going to be worth 175. But a business, you buy it, it's probably gonna be more money down. It's gonna be more credit requirements. Sometimes it requires more hands-on. With real estate, you don't really got to be there. A property manager will do everything for you. With real estate, with owning a business, the owner or the manager does a lot of the work, but they do come to you for like guidance and assistance and stuff like that. A rental property, they come to you every once in a while, but for the most part, I rarely, if ever, get any messages from a property manager. I just tell them, if the bill is not over $500, don't waste my time. All right. If something comes up that costs more than $500, then let me know, and let me know in an email just so I can authorize it. Now, if it's something like 5-digit, okay, cool. We'll sit down and figure this shit out. But for the most part, I don't care. But yeah, you buy a business, more cash injection, then it's gonna be more down payment. It's going to be less of a percentage, but you actually get more of a business, and you make more cash flow in a business than you do on a rental property. But the business is going to pretty much be worth what you paid for it. Your business is pretty much going to be worth what you paid for it whenever you get ready to sell it. And you get tax benefits, but not like real estate. You can almost write off all your expenses in real estate and taxes. You're not going to write you can write all your business off but it lowers the value of the business though. So it's kind of like what do you want to do? Do you want cash flow, or do you want equity and growth? So cash flow comes from businesses, equity and growth comes from real estate. Equity, cash flow, and growth, and tax appreciation or tax benefits on the real estate side. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, my damn smoke alarm going off. My daughter was cooking something. I don't know what the heck they do. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but can y'all hear that? Am I tripping? GG, GG, GG. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing in there. It's all good. But I'll see what they're doing and go in there and figure it out. But it's all good. Let me see who all's in here. Twitter in the house, YouTube's in the house, and um, but yeah, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. If you're following anywhere, make sure you go to YouTube and start watching from there. Like I said before, I have a free class that comes up, a free mastermind class that's Wednesday, 9 p.m. EST. And if you want to come learn more, come through and work on, come there and hang out and learn more about the different processes. And then we can kind of go from there. But yeah, hope you found value in some of this stuff. Hope you continue to learn and continue to grow throughout your daily travels. And I'm rooting for y'all. Let's get this money.